The Democratic Party is in a bad state right now. The whole damn thing needs to be purged.
Trump has established a winning lead. He has the message right. He represents the people, whatever good there is left in the people. And the Democrats are so lost that they're not coming back. Welcome to the Doug TenNapel channel. Here's Stephen A. Smith saying it is time to just start over.
The Democratic Party is in a bad state right now. The whole damn thing needs to be purged. I'm dead serious. They need to go. Those strategists, fire every damn one of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. They serve no purpose. Find somebody else.
It's good. It's good, tough love.
Good, tough love. Great news. I love seeing you guys just flounder in the wilderness. And this is especially the messaging is they've lost their black constituency that used to be in their pocket. Watch this guy.
You niggas gotta stop being so racist. Okay, y'all are the ones with the HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities. Y'all are the ones with the black entertainment television. Everything y'all do is exclusive to black people. Okay, if white people did the same thing, you'd have a problem. You got Dr. Umar running around telling people they can't date white people. Interracial dating is weird and is not acceptable. If Beyonce wears straight blonde hair, cool. If Kim Kardashian wears cornrows, end of the world. Y'all are the racists, okay? Trump's not racist. Bruh, you see the park he's building to honor guys like Kobe Bryant? Why would he even do that? He's already the president. He doesn't have to pander to us anymore. Y'all find every reason and excuse to make it seem like white people are still stuck on racism. Rise above it. Nobody cares anymore. If you want something, work for it. If you don't know how, ask questions. If somebody's in a better position than you that started from the same level as you did and got further than you, ask how they got there. You don't have to play the victim anymore.
This gentleman is no longer a victim of the world. It's not that he's saying that racism or even white racism is gone. It doesn't matter. He's transcended it. He's saying that he's not going to allow other people to determine his life trajectory. It reminds me of the great Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl and his research where he was seeing which people were committing suicide outside of the Holocaust and which ones were able to move on and have a life. And it came down to human freedom. Here he says, everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. In other words, stop letting other people determine how you act and take some ownership of your own agency.
Stop being racist.
That's the Democrat Party's biggest message is over. It got taken from them, and now you have black voices coming out against it because it's so out of fashion, so last year. For them being progressive, they're not progressing. They're regressive. They're stuck in it. And they used to be peaceniks. They used to be anti-war, and now they're pro-war in the worst way, and Trump is even winning that argument. Check this one out on CNN. Yes, CNN. Hostile territory. We're going to let them make Trump's case.
Well, I think the easiest way we can kind of just ask this is, do Americans like the way that Trump's handling his job and compare it to how they felt about Joe Biden? So this is the net approval rating. You look at Joe Biden back in 2024, he was 22 points underwater. Holy cow. You look at Donald Trump, it's just a different planet entirely. I mean, the gulf between these two is wider than the Gulf of America or Mexico, depending on which side of the aisle you stand on. He's at +2. So look, at this particular point, Americans are giving Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt. He's doing considerably better than Joe Biden was doing on the handling of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And so on this simple question, I think Americans are saying, okay, Donald Trump's doing all right on this.
What about specifically on how they feel about bringing the war to an end?
Yeah, okay. So, look, questions on this can be quite complicated, but I think this kind of gets at sort of where the American trend line is. Americans on the Russia-Ukraine war want a quicker end of the war, but Russia keeps its captured land. Look at this, 50%. Bare majority coming in here. Support Ukraine's right to fight, even if it means a longer war. That's at 48. This is very, very close. But the trend line on this question is so important because that want a quick end of the war, look at this. You go back to August of 2022, it was at 31%. Now we're at 50%. I mean, that is a rocket ship upwards in terms of the Americans who want a quick end to the war, even if it means Russia keeps the captured Ukraine land. Americans are moving closer and closer to wanting a compromise, even if it means that Ukraine doesn't really get what it set out to want, at least at the beginning of this war.
And Americans' views on Russia are shifting as well.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the reasons why we're seeing this is Americans who say Russia is an enemy. You go back to 2023, it was 64%. In that CBS News YouGov poll, it was down to 34%. Now, there is a chunk that believes that Russia is an unfriendly nation, but the percentage who believe that they're either an ally or friendly, that's up to 34% as well, basically equal to the percentage who say that they're an enemy. So views on Russia have become, let's say, a little less isolated in terms of wanting Russia to be way out there on their own, thinking that they're an enemy. At this particular point, they're starting to see Russia a little bit more friendly, and I think that's part of the reason why Americans want to see a compromise at this particular.
It's not that Russia is more friendly. It's that Americans see the war between both parties as being a greater threat than Putin himself. So Putin himself is still a threat, but if he wasn't in war, it's not that he'd be an ally. It's that the biggest threat to America and to the world wouldn't be, on the brink of nuclear World War III. So how bad do you want to hate a guy? You want to drag us into a world war? Now, here's Trump's statement on the whole thing, which I think brings a lot of light to the issue on Democrats being the warmonger party and Republicans being the party of peace. Here's Trump. So this is over Zelensky. Ukraine's Zelensky says end of war with Russia is very, very far away, Donald Trump. Donald Trump says this is the worst statement that could have been made by Zelensky, and America will not put up with it for much longer. It is what I was saying, is this guy doesn't want there to be peace as long as he has America's backing and Europe. Now, Europe is the biggest threat to this whole thing going wrong, depending on what Keir Starmer and France and Germany do. Europe, in the meeting they had with Zelensky, stated flatly that they cannot do the job without the U.S. Probably not a great statement to have been made in terms of a show of strength against Russia. What are they thinking? They just admitted everything. And remember when hippies used to sing their weird little chants and songs against war? Cindy Sheehan and we're peaceniks and we're anti-war. Well, watch this musical number where now instead of singing songs against war, they sing songs against Doge. It looks like after their usual painful musical numbers, they finally got some people that can sing. I actually think that song has a great beat. I just don't listen to the words. And that's been another Doug in Exile, where we champion that the Democrat Party is lost. These people used to sing against war, and now they're singing songs against Doge, hands off our NOAA. I don't even know what that is. I don't have to know. If the Democrats are supporting it, I know that it needs to be audited and probably closed down. I'm Doug in Exile. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to help this channel out, then watch another video coming right up. And of course, leave your comment below. Give us a subscribe, give us a thumbs up. And I don't know if I tell you guys this enough, but thank you for watching. It really helps this channel out. And pass this message around to your friends. Pass this channel on to your friends. Tell them this is where the happy patriots are.